And hello, movie lovers, and welcome to the show. With me, I picked the Flic podcast. With me, we're going to be doing our Penguin episode 4 review. Satani is the name of this episode. So let's grab you a nice piece of pie, and we're going to go ahead and dissect the Penguin. So let's go on ahead and let's do it, just like how Mario would do it. And let's go. Hey, what's going on? Pick a flick.
Hey, it's a shame they didn't cast you in House of Gucci. You would have been the perfect fit.
That's exactly how they talk too, and then got on my nerves. And yet I'm
You
doing
break
it.
my heart.
I'm such a hypocrite. By the way, that's actually probably one of my best impressions of Jared Leto doing that voice.
Perfect. You break my
Right?
heart. That's beautiful.
You're breaking my heart. But anyways, enough about House of Gucci. We're here to do Penguin. So I have to say, I really enjoyed this episode. These episodes just keep on getting better and better at every single time. I know that I keep on saying this, but it's actually true. Like, there's not a bad episode so far. Yeah, they might slow down
Right.
the pacing or whatever, but within the pacing itself, it's great storytelling.
Yeah,
It's what I call cinema put on a smaller screen.
that's what I said.
But what did you think? I mean, of the overall episode, and then we'll go into the dissecting.
I was so traumatized. I was not expecting the episode to go so dark so fast. I was just like, oh, it's going to be a nice little backstory. It's about Sophia. The 6 minutes in, I'm like, oh. And then I keep going, oh. And then it makes so much more sense as to why she ends up the way she is, which we're going to get into. But man, I mean, the storytelling is just improving more and more as it goes on. And really,
I
it
agree,
was a good piece of cinematography. I got to tell you, it's good. It's good.
definitely. But the thing that I really liked, okay, so it goes into the whole entire deal where we left Oz at before Victor runs the other goons over with the car. But I like
Right.
how he's over there, Oz is over there begging for his life like he normally does. And you see Sophia just looking at him because he goes, "I'm on your side. Do not kill me. I can trust me." And it's everything that he recited to Sophia, and Sophia's
Right.
going in her mind because of all the shit that he talked to her about and everything, trying to get him to trust her.
Right.
And now it's like, okay, this is a game that you got are playing with me,
Exactly.
the Maronis. Everybody's part of this little plan that she doesn't even know what he's orchestrating.
It took us 4
With
episodes,
right,
but we got there.
but I like how it goes into that whole deal where okay, Victor runs over the goons. Then from her POV, from her provision vision, um, you see them take off, and he's like, "Fuck Sophia."
My
I'm
God.
like, "Yeah, it's bad. She heard you." I'm like, "This is
Oh
not good."
man.
She also banged her head up
Yeah.
against something too, so that's not good.
She got messed up bad.
Yeah. So now she's pissed off at him. Then I like how it goes into the whole entire flashback now of where she got to this point of where she's out of Arkham and she's giving us a glimpse into her world and stuff. And then of course I
Mhm.
like the fact too that it shows Oz driving her as
Yeah.
well and the respect that she has for Oz though at that time. Because even
Yep.
her brother's like, It's okay. The penguin's gonna drop me off or something to that effect." And she's like, "Don't
Hey,
call him that."
don't call him that.
So I like the fact that she has like a little bit of respect for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, and in the flashback, Sophia is shown heading a foundation named after her mother Isabella, whom she found to have hanged herself when she was younger. She is friends with Oz, who works as her chauffeur while leaving a charity event. Sophia is questioned by a reporter named Summer Gleason. And
Mhm.
this is something else that I want to mention is this, okay? You can tell that the Falcone family, wanted Sophia to be the boss at that time. It was
Right.
setting up for her to be the boss because the brother's off doing his own thing. He doesn't care
Mhm.
about the family business or anything like that. But Sophia is around and seeing everything that's going on and knows how the business actually is actually run. And so I like that thing where even the father's like, you know what, my daughter's going to be the one who winds up taking the reins, not my son. So it goes to show you, just because the times back in the day where a man would be in charge of the family, he was doing something very different that you would never see in an Italian family before, which I thought was really cool on how they play that narrative up with a modern day spin of it, because you would never see that. And I even mentioned that too in with the Sopranos second season.
Right.
But what did you think?
Yeah, man. Starting off with that flashback, it felt kind of strange seeing Oz place like a banana to Sophia, driving Miss Sophia. But like you said,
I've
I'm
been
kind of it would have been a totally different movie. But it seems like she was set up to be something great within the family, and all of things down the line happened. It's such a shame because she had, great potential to kind of lead things before things kind of made a little bit of a left turn, and it just kept getting lower and lower. But it was nice that I have a flashback where she wasn't as bothered, and the reality hasn't exactly set in. She's
no,
receiving
but
something, and
this is something also I wanted to talk about, was like the fact that the reporter comes up to her. He goes, "Look, there was these other women that got killed and got hung the same way that your mom got hung," and it makes her start
Mhm.
questioning things like, "Okay, that is very odd," and she starts asking her own father, which is a big mistake. Number one, your dad is not running Denny's restaurant. He's a mob. You already know Sophia's not being blinded by anything that's going on in her own family to know what kind of person he is. But you're
Right.
going to ask this man about your mother. Look, if she just hung herself and that was the story, let her be hung. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, just let it be. I understand you have questions, but you already know that your father's a mob boss. It's not like he's operating Denny's and you're going to be taking over the Denny's franchise. Even though I like the Grand Slam breakfast, but that's another
Right.
story.
She better be lucky that this is the Penguin and not the Godfather, because she wouldn't have been sent to Arkham if she was in the
No,
Godfather universe. My goodness.
but I like the fact that you have the father who once believed in her, and then that happens, and it's like, oh, my daughter knows a little too much, so therefore now I have to find a way to exile her. I don't want to kill her or anything
Right.
because she's my daughter,
Right.
so I'm gonna exile her to Arkham. At least with Johnny Viti, he was just gonna go on and send her off to Italy, but
Johnny Beatty.
but I like the full fact though of the father who's like, you know what? I'm just gonna exile you to Arkham and then let you be insane and let people think that you're insane because I'm gonna pin you for the murders that I've done, and not only the murders that I've done, but probably even pin you. Well, you can't pin her for the murder of the mother, but just pin her for the other murders that he's done, including the reporter.
Hmm.
So it just goes to show you how messed up he actually is.
Just evil. Ugh.
Yeah. But what are your thoughts towards all this between the reporter and then
I have nothing positive to say about her father after all of that. I kind of liked how the story kind of built up to it. I kind of got that vibe from the dinner scene earlier on when she was questioning him. He's acting all vague, like, "Oh, your mother is such a strong-willed woman. I tried to help her, but she didn't want it, so I took another way around it." And then you kind of got that reveal later on, where it's just like, "Oh yeah, you're starting to set her up for something." It's just, it's such a very evil way he strings her up in the situation. I just it makes it goes head to head with the Penguin now. I thought he was probably going to be the one I disliked the most, but nah, her father kind of took the cake on that for sure.
right? And even Summer keeps on questioning, keeps on going up to her. Like the second time, first time was about the whole entire lounge, the club that they're part of, and stuff like that, about the
Right.
workers. And then the second time she questions her again. You're signing up for your own death wish at this point, you know. because Summer
Hmm.
continues asking Sofia for help in gaining access to Carmine's clubs, insisting that the wounds in Isabella's neck were handmade. Uh,
Right.
So yeah, then at Carmine's birthday party, Sophia is confronted by Carmine over her meetings with Summer, as Oz informed him, because Oz is a little snitch bitch.
Fucking Oz.
I like how present day Oz is like, I got you. It's gonna all work out. I'm on your side. And then you see, it's not only that was it in the past that he ended up doing that to her, because now she's reflecting back on that day. It's like all this time, Oz has been this asshole to me, acting like he has best intentions for me when he doesn't. And all these men that were supposed to be on my side, that were part of the family, they don't give two shits about me.
Yeah, I love the commitment from Oz though. He just said, I'm going to make things right. And then you see this episode, it's like, oh, so you were just like this from the get go. There was just no saving this relationship. But
Well,
it
remember
does
what she
show that
tells
she cared though.
right, but if
She
you
did.
remember what she tells him, she goes, "Oh, you're gonna be fine. You have a penis. You're gonna get a promotion."
That was funny. It's sad, but it's true.
But yeah, it's true from a woman's perspective within the whole entire mob scene and stuff like that. And even whenever, if you're not looking at the mob scene at all either, it's like corporate world and stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, your father was about to give you the mob position. He was going to give you the boss position,
He was going to show you the world.
whole new world.
Right.
But I, but yeah, I just think that the way that she came across him and everything was a big mistake. You don't question the boss. You don't, especially your own father. Even though, here's the thing: in season one of The Sopranos, I know I keep on talking about The Sopranos, but Tony's daughter, also Meadow, she asked Tony, she goes, "Are we in the mob?" He goes, "Who the fuck told you that?" he goes, he goes, "Okay, I got some business partners with the environmental cleanup thing or something like that," and so he kind of BS's it, and that's it. But he doesn't send his
Mhm.
own daughter to Arkham. Then again, Tony didn't kill Carmela either. So it just shows you how dark and twisted the Falcone family are, actually the Maroni family. I'm getting confused. Um,
That's all good.
the Falcones are
The
actually are. I'm
Falcons,
sorry.
the Moronis are grieving their henchmen.
Right. That's what they are doing. But yeah. But yeah, and then after that, you have he reveals that she is cooperating with the police into an investigation where Carmine is suspected of murder. When Sophia notes that his hands were hurt on the day she found her mother's corpse, Carmine dismisses her and orders Oz to drive her home. On the way, they are pulled over by William Kinsey and other police officers who arrest Sophia for the murder of the women. Summer included. She is sent to Arkham Asylum while she is awaiting trial, earning the nickname of the Hangman. So,
Mm.
and then you have Oz pretending that he's fighting for her. It's okay. I'm gonna get you out of
Dude,
this.
dude, get out of here with that. What's wrong with you? Get your fucking hands off of me. So he's about to turn into Denzel Washington.
But it just goes to show you that Oz wants to be the innocent person in this, even though he's not the innocent person. And
Exactly.
he's gaslighting her the whole entire time, even in the past, and trying to act
Hmm.
like that nothing's happening, and trying to get a promotion so that way he can be a
Right.
capo or something.
Half-assed apology. I'm sorry I had to write you out to your father, but I had to do it. Do it for the
No,
family.
you didn't. You didn't have to do jack shit. You were just worried about your own self and stuff because all you wanted was a promotion for yourself.
Right.
But at that point, Sophia was right. You have a penis. You were gonna get a promotion. You were gonna be good, Oz. You didn't have to rat her out. Nobody knew about that stuff other than you.
Right. It was a perfect callback to her telling them off for setting her up the last time in the previous episode. So that was pretty
Right. But anything else that you want to add as far as that scene goes? Or
I'm saving all my energy for the whole Arkham segment.
Okay, gotcha. Then then after that happens, when Sophia and then this is how quick this actually escalates from
Right.
her getting arrested and her lawyer's there and stuff like that, and her brother's there. He goes, look,
Oh
it's gonna be
god.
okay. I'm gonna get you out of this thing. We're gonna be fine. And then it's like, look, you have to do 6 months of Arkham. I'm like, whoa. And
How did
then
we get here?
right, it just shows you how fast this worked and how fast her father operates within the police department itself. Because
Mm.
normally you wait maybe a day, you go into Arkham or whatever. No,
Yeah.
he is right during the whole entire deal of her lawyer talking to her. Hey, look, you have to do about 6 months in Arkham. You're gonna be okay. Her brother's like, yeah, you're
Mhm.
gonna be fine. 6 months is nothing. Now, trust me, I'm gonna try and get you out of this. I'm sorry, this is gonna happen to you. And she's panicking the whole time. The look on Sophia's on her face is like, oh shit, I'm dead. I cannot handle this. I cannot do this. You guys have to get me out of this. And there's like, look, there's nothing that we can do. And then all of a sudden, the cops come over there, drag her out,
Yeah. That was crazy.
and then tears off. They take off her heels, take off her clothes, hose her down, and
That's when
then
I
they
was
put
like,
her.
okay, this is too fast for me. Hold on. A minute. Wait a minute. How did we get here?
It's like it's even too fast for us, but I think it's also a good thing because we're actually experiencing the same thing that Sophia's feeling, the anxiety of it
Right.
all, and her taking it in, and we're feeling the same kind of emotion as she is. So I like the
Exactly.
fact that they're playing around with that as well as even though they're giving us trauma, but I like the fact that I guess I like the fact that they're giving us trauma, but I like the fact of how everything's supposed to be nice and maybe she might get out of this. No, it is like, okay, we got to get this woman out of this interrogation thing, and we got to get her into Arkham. So I like
Right.
that.
My father
So,
really said, how do I watch Beyond Scared straight? I'm gonna extend that for her for 6 months.
but and then you have when Sophia notes let's see here, into an interrogation where Carmine is suspected of murder. When Sophia notes that his hands were hurt on the day she found her mother's corpse, Carmine dismisses her and orders Oz to drive her home. On the way, they are okay. Earning the nickname of the Hangman. Okay, she is constantly mocked by the inmates while her doctor, uh, Vinceris, I think that's how you say it, subjects her
Dr.
to electric
Ventress.
shock therapy.
That bastard. Dr. Ventress.
I should have put that in parentheses. That bastard.
That
But
bastard.
subjects her to electric shock therapy. Nevertheless, Vinceris, Sophia's Dr. Rush, is skeptical that Sophia truly committed the crime. 6 months later,
Mhm.
Alberto visits Sophia, informing her that Veneris convinced the judge that Sophia was not competent to stand trial, confining her to Arkham indulgently, reaching her breaking point. Sophia kills Magpie, a fellow inmate, before being sedated. So before all that other
Magpie.
stuff happens, you see this other inmate that was that attacks her when as soon as she gets
Yeah,
in
that
there.
redhead lady,
Yeah,
she was insane.
yeah, way past insane to the point that she needs electric shock therapy herself.
Like 11 from Stranger Things probably needed to take her out the way she was acting. Oh my god.
But then that's how you also know too that her father's behind that too because he wants her dead.
Hmm.
Because not only is she in exile now, but now she's also a threat. So therefore, he's going to try and kill her, or just make an example of her though in Arkham,
Hmm.
which are the way that it goes. Just depending on how they're going to do it. But I think he wanted to kill her.
And it's smart that she knew that. She called out that bastard Dr. Ventures on him.
Right.
You're working for him. You want me to take out this woman to prove a point. I'm not going to do it. I
I
like
love
that
that.
about it.
That's
Yeah.
what I liked about it, Sophia. Is like I'm going to show you that I'm not crazy like these patients are. I'm going to show you that I'm innocent. And
Hmm.
so she takes the fork and she doesn't use it, but she's going to use it in case that the woman attacks her. But even if the woman
Right.
attacks her, they're still going to plan the fact that, oh, it wasn't self defense.
Right.
And so then you have that scene where basically the woman just takes it and she's like, okay, this is just not working. So I'm just going to have to sacrifice my own self.
Yeah, because she keeps saying ended it, ended it. I was like, oh my God, it's so much blood. Not expecting what would follow later
Right.
to get even better than that. Yeah.
But yeah, and then she stabs herself and she dies. And then Sophia is now pinned for that. And now they think that she's clinically insane to the point where she can't um, stand up in court for a trial. So her brother's like, look, I'm going to get you out of this thing. I'm sorry, Sophia. I'm sorry this happened. And at this point, Sophia's at a breaking point. It's like, you know
Right.
what? You fucking assholes. You ended up accusing me of this, so I might as well do it. I might as well go on ahead and basically, if you're accusing me of doing something, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go
I'm
on ahead and
fucking
do it.
do it.
So what does she do? She ends up seeing the first person she sees. She sees Magpie,
How
and she
you
goes,
doing? Did it
"How
go
you
good?
doing? Yeah,
Uh-oh. It went bad, didn't it?
we're gonna be best friends."
And that high pitched voice, I understand. I'm not justifying the kill itself, but I understand. You happen to hear the high pitched voice. It's like she's an extra in the Smile movie that's coming out. Like, oh my God, please.
Right? Because here's the thing, her voice is so damn annoying. Especially because
Yes.
you know what? I'm an Aquarius. We're gonna be best friends. We're gonna.
Birthday's in
That means you
February.
get to stay with me. And Sophia's not having it. At this point, she winds up taking her head, bashing her head at
And she gives it to her, man. She
and she's dead. Like I'm like, okay, so she's like, at this point, Sophia did kill somebody. So, like I
right there
said,
you go. Yeah, she committed a crime.
right,
Congratulations. Now what? More
exactly.
shock treatment. You're not yourself until you have a Snickers bar.
But I also like how the other doctor's like, you know what? What if she didn't do it? And the doctor's also being paid off by her father.
Right.
He goes,
Fucking
we
ventress.
don't talk about that here.
Careful, doctor. You don't want
Be
to get
careful.
shocked too.
Right. So the doctors are being paid off. Everybody's being paid off at this point. And and then it goes back to present day. So Sophia awakens in Rush's office. She laminates the situation and how she has no allies, but comes to realize that the world itself is broken instead of her. She later visits
Mhm.
Luca during a family dinner, condemning them to getting her committed to Arkham. So let's talk about this. So all this time
Okay.
she's been laying on the couch, and here I am
This
thinking that,
whole time.
I'm thinking that she's out in the alley unconscious.
Right, because I was confused. That was like, so did any of this happen, or did Julian somehow track her phone and scoop her up and bring her back? I don't know. How did
It does make you wonder about that, but at the same time, though,
the latter seems likely, but who knows?
right? But it just seems kind of odd, though, that everything's all jumbled up. But I like the fact too, it's like a dream within a dream kind of sequence. It's like herself is actually tearing through her own, you know what I'm saying, tearing through her own head
Yeah.
because you can see the whole. I like the whole entire deal of them, of what's going on in her own head, and then she wakes up at Julian's. And he's like, "Look, he wants you. You can change it. You can change." I'm like, "What the fuck did you do? Did you sleep with her?"
2 words: scare and crow.
Right,
Possibility.
right. Because that's the first thing I thought. I'm like, "Dude, did you sleep with her? Did you rape her or something? What's going on?"
That scene in that episode I was talking about, where it got too up close and personal, is making me think again.
Right, but even she
Mm,
said it though too. She goes, "Oh, you're enjoying this. You missed that power over at Arkham."
right. I thought they
But
were
at the
having a
same
moment.
time, though, is he though? I just felt like he was more on her side and more puzzled why she's in there than anything else. I felt like the doctor was the main threat. The other doctor.
Yeah, interest.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that he was actually power hungry or did you think that he just wanted a piece of Sophia?
Well, allegations of him possibly being another villain aside, I do think that he was trying to play like, oh, yeah, sure, I don't quite believe you. But he did seem like he was trying to hear her out and is willing to actually try to give her a chance to, explain the story, give her as much help as possible. Though I feel like at the same time, I'm not really sure if he just wanted the piece of Sophia like you were asking me. I do think, especially with what happens at the end, he might be needing her services for something else that he's cooking up. What he's
Right.
cooking up, hmm, hmm, wait and see.
But yeah, and then she's wearing his clothes. She's like, "Oh, you like this? You're thriving on this." And she's
Right.
like, "There's nothing wrong with me. The world is all busted up and everything, but I'm fine. I'm sane. I'm the sane one." And then she leaves because you know what? You're right. Maybe I should take a vacation. Maybe I should get
Exactly.
and start a new life. So she walks out, and now the old life that she had is behind her, and now she's facing forward. That's what I got out of the whole psychiatry thing. It's like she's no
Right.
longer going to use him anymore. That's her old life. This is her new life that she's about to face. And we don't know what she has in store up until she gets back over to the house. And I love how this thing plays out, because of the fact that, she goes back over to the house and you have everybody there. You have Johnny V there. You have Luca
Johnny
there.
Beatty.
Lady. But no, you have everybody there, and he goes, you know what? You had me sent away in Arkham, exiled me. No, none of you had my back the way you're supposed to
Right.
have my back. Where were you?
Right. They were writing letters to the judge telling her, "Oh
Right.
yeah, she's mentally unwell. Yeah, fuck her. Yeah, send her to Oregon." That's just messed up, man.
It was. It goes to show you that your own family don't even have your back. Blood don't mean nothing.
Even your own family.
Exactly. But then I like how she winds up raising her glass and says Satani, which means
Satan.
100 years.
Wow.
And so what does she do? She goes on ahead and she acts like everything is fine. Goes back up to her. She goes upstairs, and then this happens. She winds up taking a. She takes takes the girl, takes her little niece downstairs. Hey, baby. And so, anyways, takes the niece downstairs, and she goes,
Yeah.
"Look, my brother and I, we used to think that this was a jungle back when we were little." And she
Yeah.
also said, "We also have cake because I know you wanted cake. I have a slice of cake just for you." So she winds up
So
giving her the
sweet.
cake, and they start eating. And I like this little moment. It goes to show you that Sophia is not going to hurt this girl. It's not her
Right.
fault that her parents are dicks, you know? So, anyways, that's what happens. And then it goes into the whole entire deal where she has the gas mask coming on. She's now letting out the gas fumes. She has the
Yeah.
one window raised open so that way. Um, at first I thought it was just a thing for her room, but then you find out later on, oh, it's Johnny Viti's room instead, and not her room. Because I thought, okay,
Right.
maybe she's gonna. After you see this scene being played out, where everybody inside the whole entire house is dead because they're
Right. She
inhaling
just put
the.
Raid in there. That's just what happened. She put Raid bug spray in there. everybody's gone.
Everybody's gone. Everybody's dead, and
Except
except Johnny Viti.
Johnny fucking Beatty.
But this is what I love about it. This is how well and orchestrated this scene was, and I loved how the dark humor worked for me as well because of the fact that while this is going on, you have this Frank Sinatra kind of style music happening,
Yeah.
and I love how they play that off and have that dark humor of her going through the house, and you see all these dead bodies, and then you finally get over to the one room where she left the window open, and she has the gun in her hand. She goes,
Wake
"Johnny,
up.
wake up. We gotta talk."
Put your pants on.
Oh,
Playtime's over, buddy.
yep. So that's how it ends. So my thoughts is this, okay?
Yeah.
I don't think Johnny is gonna die because she needs him. She needs an
Hmm.
ally. So therefore, she's not gonna torture him right then and there. She's not gonna kill him. But he knows that his number is up because now he has no one backing him. He doesn't have Luca. He doesn't have anybody. And also,
He
too,
just has himself.
he just has himself. But also, too, she needs him alive because in order for this triad deal to happen with the drug,
Mhm.
it she needs him alive because now she's stuck with him because of Oz, which makes her even more
Fucking
pissed
Oz.
off. So yeah, so now she's in this because of Oz. So now she needs Johnny Beatty alive, and of course,
Right.
this is also going to be her rising up to the power of being the mob boss that her father wanted her to be.
Mhm.
And I like how in the previews it said Oz winds up saying, "You know what? Sofia took care of this for us. We didn't have to do any of the heavy lifting." So he thinks. Because
He just
now,
said, "Oh, this is gonna be. Oh, this is gonna be a breeze."
yeah, I can manipulate her just like I always do. No, you can't, Oz. It's not as easy as you think. Because now you also have the other family that does not like your ass.
Yes, the Maronis.
The Maronis are going to be after you now. And also, too, that drug business is now part of their business as well.
Mhm.
So, who do you go to? You don't have anybody.
Right.
Unless he can bullshit his way through the Maronis, which I highly doubt.
Right. I doubt it because that lady is like, "No,
She'd
I
be
knew you were
pissed.
an asshole the second I saw you. I
Right.
told Sal, don't work with him.
Exactly. But no, he just had to work.
You just had to do it."
But that's where I'm going in with my theory is I'm thinking that because of the fact that Sophia is stuck with Johnny because of Oz, she hasn't. In order for the triad deal to work, he has to be alive. In order for the drug to actually be produced and also for everybody to get money, it has to go through that system.
Mhm.
So that's just my little 2 cents on it. But all in all, great episode. I really love
Yeah,
the episode.
it was really good.
Like I like this. I like how it starts off really slow, and then it starts building it up even more.
Mhm.
And then once you get that tension towards the end of it, it just goes off on all cylinders.
Indeed.
So, any predictions for you or anything?
I'm afraid for Oz. I bet he thinks that everything's gonna be just fine. I get a manipulator again. I don't think it's gonna be that easy, Oz, and I'm more so concerned for Victor. I know it was difficult for him. I wish he just took that bus to Georgia or wherever he was going. Just got out of there. Now he's in it.
Right,
Like Oz said in the last episode, you're in it now, kid.
you're in it
You are in
now.
it for sure.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna say this: Victor's gonna die.
Yeah, yeah.
Victor is gonna be he's dead. He's gonna die probably in episode 6 or 7.
I'm at the funeral stage now. I'm grieving.
Yep, I'm gonna say 6 or 7. He's gonna be dead. He's just another casualty
Right.
because number one, he's not a made man. He's not anybody, and at this point, two, Oz is not anybody either.
He's just a
He was
penguin.
well. Remember, he was a capo. He was someone of some of importance to the mob.
Yeah.
But now you're nothing because that old family is dead. Sophia is now in charge and running things. So you're dead, dude. Like there's no other way about it unless you can figure out a way to get the
No, I'm
Maronis
not.
back on your side.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna go to Batman.
Batman don't want
Batman
you.
idea.
But I just love the balance between everything, the layers that they're giving us through this whole entire season.
Yeah.
Of I love how they show us, like, you know how we talked about like last episode where it was like, you know, Oz used to drive for me. And I'm glad at first I'm like, I'm glad they didn't show it because of the fact of just like that little history of them having together. But just
Hmm.
showing like a little small glimpse of Oz and the sneaky stuff he does was enough for me to be in,
Indeed.
and that's perfect. You actually, Colin probably didn't have to dress up in the penguin outfit any more than he had to that day or anything, just for those couple of scenes. And it gives the actress that plays Sophia to shine and show her acting chops and show that she can also carry the series too. It's not just all on Colin.
Exactly.
So that's something I really love about it. But yeah, all in all, great episode, solid episode. I'm not gonna rate individual episodes or anything like that. I
Me either.
love every single bit of them. So my question for you guys is: what's your favorite scene in episode 4? What's your predictions in episode 4? Tell me in the comments below. Also, too, go on ahead, talk to me on Spotify as well, because I love talking to you guys on Spotify. I've seen some comments and stuff like that I've been
I didn't
chatting
even
back
know
and
you could
forth.
talk to people on Spotify. I'm behind.
You see, you're today years old that you've just found out. But yeah,
Right.
you can talk to people on Spotify. They'll comment on you. Download the Spotify for Podcasters app, and what they'll do is you have to actually approve what they comment and stuff like that too. So I like the fact that
I
it's not
like that.
directly on there. So if you're a douchebag, I'm gonna delete your post. But if it's redeemable, I am going to accept it. I am going to talk to you. And I love geeking out with you guys. Or you can email me at movieloversunite@gmail.com as well for that. And two, another thing too is we have our Anastasia interview that I did. That's probably going to be dropping sometime Friday because I have to put some stuff together for it and stuff like that. And yeah. And then I have some other stuff I'm trying to drop, some shorts from the interview.
Mm.
So, and then
Something's cooking.
I'm actually trying to do something for the Patreon as well. I'm trying to do like a watch along for like old black and white
Ooh.
horror movies as well. So yeah, that's gonna be it as far as this show goes. Thank you, Pick a Flick, as always, for just joining me for this review. So, anyways, guys, don't forget to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Also, to show Rossi some love at the Rossi's Clubhouse, and also over here as well. She's sick tonight. That's why she wasn't able to do this review with us. So send her some good vibes as well in the comment section. And also, too, Dawn's going to try and come back probably next week. So smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. And thank you for everyone that has checked out our reviews. And always until next time. Bye-bye.